Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 252 of the Two-Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin. Oh, you got a new watch band, along with my brother from my mother, Schwan.
How we doing?
Fantastic. If this is the first time you're seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two-Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. If you only listen on audio services, that's cool too. Just make sure you leave a like or a 5-star review or whatever your service does. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop, just like our affiliates, James Solar, Sarah Solar, John Tingley, and Nuke Dukem did, as well as our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, Vernon Slayton, and Dustin Downs. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. How often do you think I get that wrong again?
I don't think... No,
Like
I think you get that one right.
Oh, do I go patreon.com/stores?
I don't know that you ever do, but in my mind, I don't know. It always seems weird. You probably get the Teespring one wrong more. I don't know if you've ever actually gotten the Patreon.
I don't think I have.
But in my head, I'm always expecting it to be patreon.com/stores. But obviously it's not. You may have never actually done it.
I don't think I did.
It's probably all in my head.
I think it is. I don't think I did that. We're recording this Sunday night. Football is back. Sucks to be a Giants fan. We suck.
So,
when I watched Thursday night, I was like, oh, poor Dak's got a bad shoulder and an ankle injury and all this. And then they're going toe-to-toe with Tampa. I'm like, we're screwed. We are screwed. And then I watch our game today. I'm like, oh, yeah, we suck.
Yeah.
I think we're worse than Philly. What did they win, 31-6 or something?
We're absolutely worse than Philly. Philly might win the division. I think I don't know about their defense.
I think Jalen Hurts is a flash in the pan, but that's
I don't think so. The Giants suck.
Yes.
And there's like nothing. I feel like we have no, I don't know, identity.
No, we have no idea. I thought we had a defense, and then friggin' Teddy Two Gloves puts up 27 points on us.
And we just have, there's like nothing, there's no reason to be excited. There's no like, Jaguars. They still kind of suck.
But they've got Lawrence.
But
and some good receivers and a good running back.
There's stuff to be excited about there. There's a lot of teams
and a
right
couple
now
good
that,
defensive
that
players
suck. But there's always like, yeah, we suck, but... And we just suck, but yes. Like it's not even. I don't even enjoy watching Giants games anymore. No. Like it's just boring. We're so boring, and I'm just like I just don't care.
We have Jason Garrett as an OC. That's part of the problem.
Yeah,
but he's not making Danny Dimes fumble it literally. I think every game he's played, he fumbles it. I feel like.
Yeah. I don't know. It sucks. I'm just like I just don't care right now. I'm way more interested in fantasy, and I don't even like that at the moment.
I don't even like my team, but I should win unless Lamar goes for 50 tomorrow night.
I'm certainly not getting my hopes up, but like it's not as bad as I thought. I'm down by 26, which basically means I need Tyson Williams to go. He's done.
He needs 102 touchdowns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm like, it's not like I'm down 40. Like, right. In theory, it's reasonable, but like, I'm not expecting it. But what's really going to suck is stupid Damian Harris, who like literally the first play of the game gets like a 35-yard run. Yeah. I'm like, I'm already done. And then Chubb got a touchdown like 2 minutes later.
And then another one.
He finished with 100 yards.
Chubb?
Harris.
Oh.
And so in our league, we do, if you get 100 yards rushing or 100 yards receiving or 300 yards passing, you get a 5-point bonus. So it's like these thresholds you want to hit. Harris got exactly 100.
Christian McCaffrey got me 98, and he slid.
If he got 1 yard fewer, he would have had 6 points fewer. He would have had 9 instead of, well, no, because he like fumbled, whatever. But he would have had 6 points fewer. And then you would just need
101 touchdowns.
So if I lose, but I lose by less than 6, I'm just going to be so annoyed.
Yeah.
The good thing is, even if I started Swift, he would have only gotten me 17.
You
so
still
would have lost.
Right.
So I'm like,
well, at least
even
now
if
you got
that
a
was the
chance.
right play, yeah. So, which is all I really wanted, but
so you're saying there's a chance?
I don't know. And I feel like Kyler had the game of his career, or at least game of the season, and it's probably all for nothing. Like he got me like 42 or something, whatever he got me.
That's what Brady got me. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably all for nothing because the rest of my team sucks. But
well,
I was so excited for this year, and now I'm already like, I hate it.
FFF. I'm up 33. I have Cooper Kupp tonight, Darren Waller tomorrow, and the guy I'm going against has Lamar tomorrow night.
Oh, you're fine.
But Lamar he's got no running backs. He could be like, F this. I'm going to throw for 300 and run for 100.
He's got one running back.
Well, sorry, yes.
If you're up 33, you're going to be up. You're going to get at least, I mean, Lamar would have to go for 50.
I mean, assuming
least.
Cooper gets me 6 or 7 tonight and Darren Waller gets me 6 or 7, even if they don't score, if they get 60, 70 yards, I'm like, okay, I should win this.
Fine.
But if I lose this, I'm going to be like, why do I do this every freaking year? I don't know why I keep playing fantasy football.
Yep.
All right. That's enough football for this week. But if you've been watching us for a while, we're probably going to talk football just about every week for a little bit. That's why we have timestamps. If you don't want to hear about it, I get it. We're a video game podcast. Go ahead, skip it. But it's there if you want to hear it and hear how sad we are. Also last week, not video game related, but I feel like it almost kind of is. I mean, there's been video games about this franchise, but we got the trailer for The Matrix Resurrections. And I do have to say, it was a cool trailer. However, the amount of people I see freaking out online about this trailer, I'm like, you don't have a very long memory. Now I know it's been, I don't even know, when did the last one come out? 15 years ago or something? 2006, 2007?
Yeah, give or take, yeah.
Everybody hated the sequels. Everybody. Second one, I would say, from my memory at least, was okay. The third one was not even good.
Terrible.
Yeah. Not even close to good, I should say. So I think this looks cool, but it's like they're reusing a lot of the stuff from the first movie. I feel like this is just going to be a nostalgia trip, and I don't know why everyone can't just keep their hype levels in check. Now, I will say, as soon as I tweeted that this week, then the trailer came out for Dexter's new final season, and I was like, oh my God, this looks awesome.
Is it literally just one season? Is that all they're doing?
That's all we know so far.
Okay.
He's migrated up to upstate New York, and he's living a new life there and everything. The trailer ends on a crazy moment that I don't know if it's real or not. You don't care.
No.
But he sees Harrison, his son. This kid walks in and it's like, he's going under the name now Jimmy Lindsay or something like that. And then he walks into his house and he grabs a knife because he hears something, and then he goes around to kill somebody, and then it's like, are you Dexter Morgan? And he's like, who are you? He says, I'm your son. And then he goes, Harrison? And that's when the trailer ends. And I was like,
dun, dun, dun,
holy
dun.
crap. But also, this kid's got black hair. Harrison was blonde. I don't know if it's a fake out and this kid is just really like someone else from his past that just wants to kill him, and he's not actually Harrison. I don't know, but it looks awesome. But anyways, Matrix, what do you think?
I think the trailer looks good.
Dexter is awesome, John, except for the last season.
Trailer looks good. I just don't know that I care. I still have no idea. I don't know. I don't remember what happened.
And Trinity doesn't remember
him. Even when I knew
him?
what happened, I don't think I really even knew what happened.
Right.
Like, I'm just... The first one kind of confused me. Everything after that, I'm just like, what is
It was just
happening?
CGI everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
And bad story decisions.
So, I don't know. And plus, it's like Keanu. I like Keanu, but like... Just
you're kind of
guys,
over him.
My God. Yeah, you guys just can't like anything. You either hate something or you're like, what's his name from what's it called?
Oh, I know exactly.
You're like Lenny from of Mice and Men, and you just with the rabbit, and you just like you love
then you kill it.
love it to death, and it's just like
literally.
I don't know. Like I like Keanu, he's cool, but my God, guys, just
But it's also weird to me that he
relax.
looks like Keanu. He doesn't look like Matrix.
right. He just looks like
He looks like John Wick in the Matrix.
yes,
Or Johnny Silverhand, whatever.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I will watch it. I mean, I'm at this point, I'm so addicted to Curb. I'm almost through my second watch of the whole series. I'm going to keep HBO Max for that and whatever else.
If it's on HBO Max,
It is.
I'll
It
see
is.
it.
December
It's not
22nd.
something I would pay to see, but like I'll probably watch it. I don't know that I really care,
Yeah.
but yeah, it looks cool.
Will you watch the original trilogy before then?
I
think I
might
might watch the
read
first
a
one.
synopsis and be like,
I think I would
what
watch.
happened?
Yeah, I want to watch the first one again because I've actually only seen it like 2, maybe 3 times, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this is awesome, especially for 1999. I want
think
to
the
say it
first one
was
99.
Yeah, like never should have been able to do what it did, but like, man, John, for you, he can forgive it in reference to the last season of Dexter. I can forgive it because now they get another shot at it, just like Curb Your Enthusiasm basically gave us the Seinfeld send off we should have gotten but did not, and that's a whole plot point in that season. Is everybody's like, yeah, the finale. I mean, now we can do it again, right? And he's like, what do you mean do it the right way? It was Larry David's like, it was awesome the first time. They're like, it really wasn't. John, I think my Dexter season rankings are. I always thought 4 was my number 1 until last year I went back and watched the whole thing after this got announced. But now I will say it's 1, 4, 2, 3, 7, 5, 6, 8. 7, like 6 was like it was whatever. 5 was whatever. 7, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was with Isaac Serco, I think was the guy's name, and he was awesome as the big bad. And there's a whole like he ends up not really being the big bad and everything, and then she, But then 8 just was like, it's those 7, and then 8, like the final big bad, the foil to Dexter, was nowhere near what any of the other big bads were. And then the resolution and the CGI and the fact that
CGI.
The CGI, there's a point at the end where Dexter rides off into a hurricane, and it looks like you and I created it in iMovie. It just looks horrible. Certain characters that are very important to Dexter went out like they should not have. Made no sense. It's like, oh, they're fine. Actually, no, they're dead. It was just they didn't know how to. It's like how Breaking Bad was so great because it was 5 seasons. Dexter could have been 5 seasons. Okay, we're not going to talk about Dexter, but I'm so hopeful for this new season. They're bringing back some old dead characters. I get it. They're just going to be in his head. They're going to talk to him like his dad used to. I get that, but it's going to be cool to see them, and I'm very hopeful for it. I'm way more hopeful for Dexter than I am The Matrix.
Yeah.
So that's it. Sean, what have you been playing this week?
I don't think I've played anything, honestly.
Oh, you just gave up on AV2?
So my daughter's been sick.
Yeah.
She got myself and my wife sick, so it's just been kind of a week. I have not gone back to Axiom Verge to... like I texted Kevin earlier in the week. I finally went and looked at the trophy list. For me, and what I care, I don't like this game enough. If it was a game that I was absolutely in love with, it's something that, yeah, I could maybe...
Like Hades.
Try. Yeah, I could like force myself to try to get the platinum. I don't like it that much, and the platinum is just not worth it to me. And as soon as I saw that,
It's
I'm
almost
just like,
unattainable.
yeah, I'm like, I would need to beat this game.
Cooper
At
Kupp has 2
least
catches
twice.
for 5 yards.
I would need to beat it at least twice. And I don't even know that I care to beat it once. And now that I know that the platinum is pretty much unachievable, I'm just like, I don't know. lost my interest in this.
Did
game.
you like it when I sent you the Dr. Evil?
Yes, those are good. I'm kind of just ready. Like, bring on Kenna, bring on Metroid. I'm not really feeling motivated to play anything right now.
What about so Deathloop is out this week? Any chance?
I don't know. Maybe someday, but
I'm just kind of annoyed at this point. Like, why do we have to keep seeing this game?
Yeah.
Especially because it's an Xbox-owned game at this point. Like, you would think they'd be like, whatever, just get the stupid thing out and just be done with it.
Right.
I did try Axiom Verge 2 again. I haven't played Madden. I'm probably done. But now the football's back. But I hate the Giants, so maybe not. I didn't go back to Madden, but I did play Axiom Verge 2. And are you at the point now where you want me to tell you what the gameplay change is?
I get, because maybe that'll. I'm not worried about it spoiling anything, but maybe it'll be enough for me to be like, to get back into it or something. I don't know.
So around at this point, I can't even remember what I was at. A little bit over 3 to 3.5 hours, I think. Something happens story wise, and this depends how much you explore and everything. Whatever. Minor spoilers. If you care about it, skip ahead. I'll stop. Your body gets taken away from like the powers that you get. They take your body and go away, and now you are just the drone. And as soon as that happened, I was like, man, F this. I don't like the gameplay of the human, but I like it even less with the droid. I'm kind of pissed. The drone is what I meant to say.
Well, that's weird.
So
I did think it seemed very odd that I'm like, I feel like I'm, other than just leveling up, I'm like an hour into the game, and I'm like, I feel like I have all, or at least a majority of my abilities. Like, why am I getting so many so early? And I guess that's why. It's kind of like Symphony of the Night, various Metroid games, where you start out and you have everything, and then you lose it, and then you got to get it all back. Except it seems like this game, it takes a much longer time to get to that point where you lose it. But I guess that kind of makes sense. But yeah, it did seem very odd. Like, I'm like, why am I getting all of these new abilities like right off the bat? Like, I don't know, but
the thing that I don't hate the drone, but I don't want it to just be for a while I'm this. Now I know it's not forever.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's so frustrating about this game, there's no shame in using guides with games. Let me say that. There's a walkthrough on IGN, and it stops after like probably where you're at. I'm like, what is the point of this website? You
Even
don't have
they
any.
Stopped playing.
Yeah, they're like, I don't care. I think they gave it a 6 or a 7, which is I'm more on like the 6 side, but like it's frustrating. And after my last playthrough, where I went for about 45 minutes to an hour and made no progress other than finding some heart piece things and some XP things, I'm like, I really don't know that I want to play this anymore. And it's, again, as I've said before, like, I thought the first one was just okay. I don't know why I got so hyped up for this one. I don't know why. But I did, and now I'm like, I'm kind of compelled to finish it, but also like you said, Kenna's out in like, 2 weeks or something?
I think so.
Death Stranding Director's Cut's out. I know we don't need to talk about that, but like, I do want to play through that game again. Especially when I sent Sean, because he's never going to play, so I just sent him the Wikipedia for the plot, and he kind of understands, I think. But I want to play Kenna, I want to play that, and then Metroid in October, and then after that, I'm like, that's probably when I'm going to go back and play Horizon to get ready for Forbidden West in February. Your finger question.
Yeah. I remember talking about this on our gaming pet peeves or whatever episode, and usually it tends to be an RPG thing, but that's exactly what this sounds like.
That's what that sounds like.
But when they make you start controlling somebody else,
you play as Cloud, and then it's like, now you get to be, I don't even know.
Like, it happens in Final Fantasy VII. It happens in Final Fantasy 6/3, except they like split your party up, and then you go do these people's thing.
And that's why you didn't like Octopath, right? Kind of. But not that they split you up, but it was just
Octopath,
like 8
it's like that
stories.
from the beginning. Yeah, I don't mind. Like, that's what that game is.
Yeah.
But when they're like, here's your guy, and then here's your party, and then all of a sudden they're like, you lost your guy. Chrono Cross did that.
Don't they have like 60 characters or something?
And it's like half the game. Like, you're this guy, and then all of a sudden you're not him anymore. Final Fantasy
8?
No, 10. 10 does it. In the I can't remember what it's called, but you get to this point and you lose Titus, and basically your party splits up and you have to like reform. Like, that always drives me nuts in games. I don't think it's ever like, I kind of get why they do it, but like, I've never gotten to that part in a game and been like, yes, this is going to be awesome.
No, no one
always
would
hate it. And so now,
I mean, I shouldn't say no one, but I don't know how anyone can be like, awesome, the guy I was playing as is now gone.
Right, yeah. So, I don't know. I don't like it. I may finish it at some point, but I'm just not into it right now.
Also, I noticed when I was watching Red Zone and when the Lions were playing the Niners, the announcer kept saying Jared Goff, and I was very happy because he said Goff, like
Really?
Goffy talk. Yeah.
It's just a little Goffy talk.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I put 45 minutes to an hour into it, made no progress, have no idea. There's 2 beacons on my map, and I have no idea how to get there. I've just went back to like the beginning because you do get a power up that lets you go from like save point to save point. You can fast travel. That's cool, but I still have no idea where the hell I'm going, and there's no guides. The one guide I found was on Reddit, and it was like a speedrunner's guide. And I was like, he's like naming all these places and power ups. I'm like, I don't know any of these names because all these names in this game are not anything that a normal person would say. So I don't even know. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just kind of done with it. There's no way this makes my top 10. If I look at my...
Yeah, all your abilities and stuff like have like stupid name. Like, ooh, now you have Mushka, which is where you can like...
Miska,
I don't know.
Mickey.
Where you can like hack and stuff. But like they all have stupid names. Like just call it hack or whatever. But no.
It may actually come in at number 10 just because of the amount of new games I've played this year.
Yeah.
Just because. But... yeah, I don't know. I think I'm done with it. The only other thing I played, because I was bored after that nonsense happened, I was like, I don't know what made me do it, but I went on my PS5 and I downloaded Sonic Mania. I already had it on my PS4. I didn't pay for it again or anything, but I downloaded it. And
Is there a platinum?
Yeah, I think so, but there's no way in hell.
Yeah.
I can't even get all the Chaos Emeralds. The bonus stages are so tough, but I will say, so I went back because I was bored, and I got through. I think I got to
They're like the Sonic 3 bonus stages, right? Where you're on the big ball.
But there's also the one, there's the bloop, 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 bloop,
Yeah.
bloop. There's those, but then there's also the ones where it's kind of like a hybrid of Sonic 2's bonus stages with like Sonic Adventure or 3D Sonic gameplay, where you're running and you got to get the rings to keep your time going, and you're trying to catch a UFO, and if you catch it, you get the Chaos Emerald. Those aren't that bad, but it's also hard to. But yeah, I played through. I think I got up to Zone 4. I got up to Flying Battery, which I think is Zone 4. And I just couldn't believe when I booted it up. I don't know if it's just because I'm playing it on a better TV this time, on a bigger TV, but this game is just absolutely beautiful. The amount of animations and everything in this, because it's been 4 years now since I played it. I think it was 2017, which is one of the reasons we said 2017 was the best year ever. It's just like, it's not just Sonic 2 or Sonic 3. Like, it's pixel art running at a smooth, buttery smooth 60 frames per second, and it is exquisite. Like, the amount of animations that you see, just like I've got Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and kind of Sonic 1 burned into my brain. When you see him just run in this, I'm like, there are so many extra frames of animation. Like, they did so much with this. You could tell this was made by someone that just absolutely loves Sonic. Yeah. And anybody tells you there's never been a good Sonic game, they're liars. This game's really, really good. It's the great, and when you start with Green Hills and that music kicks in and everything, then you go to Chemical Plant and you go to the new like casino zone thing before you get to Flying Battery. I'm like, the mix of the new and the old levels. Also, the level design in this game, these levels are huge. You can either fly through it, or you can take your time and you can platform it. I know you've kind of softened on Sonic over the years. But the level design in this is just so freaking well done, and I love it. I hadn't forgotten, but when I got to the boss of the Chemical Zone, which is the Puyo Puyo thing, I was like, oh my God, that's right. This is so good. Also, I have no idea how to play Puyo Puyo. I don't know how I beat Robotnik on my first try because I was like, how many colors do I have to match up?
Yeah,
Can they go this way?
Forgot about that.
But I haven't gotten to. I remember the one that drove me crazy was Oil. I think it was Oil Ocean Zone. That bought
like the dragon thing.
Yeah,
or something.
the octopus boss like almost made me quit. And the Flying Battery boss gave me trouble too. But that's just because I didn't know how to make Sonic go like jump left and jump right to go into it. But I had a lot of fun with it. I had forgotten that part of the game is like Robotnik is kind of like messing. He's kind of doing like a Doctor Strange thing with all the zones. Like he shows up and then it's like, wow, wow, wow. And he changes it. So it's like you're in the zone, and then he goes, wow, wow, wow. And he's got his Robotnik bad robot things with him and everything. And
right.
I think it's just so well done. I don't know that I'm going to try to go back and beat it, but I was just bored and I was like, I want something to play. I don't want to play Axiom Verge anymore.
Yeah.
What the heck? I'll boot up Sonic Mania. And it was a lot of fun. And it's really good. If you care anything about Sonic and you haven't played it yet, it's easily, in my opinion, the best Sonic 2D game that there is. And it's not even close.
Yeah.
It's better than 2. Wouldn't be a podcast without Barkley barkling. I said what I said. Better than Sonic 2. Better than Sonic 3. Better than CD. And it's better than Knuckles. It's just the best Sonic game ever, and I don't think it's even close.
Yeah, agreed.
So,
what'd you have for dinner?
I didn't have anything because I had Mexican for lunch, and I've been feeling like that since.
I had Taco Bell for lunch, and then I don't have anything to drink, and then chili relleno soup.
How many beers did you have
dinner.
watching football? Chili rellenos.
Chili relleno is hard to say.
You had one beer.
Yeah.
You asked me what time you can buy them, and then you had one.
Well, because I was watching it up in the man cave, and I finished the one, and I didn't want to go all the way back down because
you need a fridge up there.
I do. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Thank you.
You want to get into the news of the week?
Wait, okay. You had one beer, but how much other stuff did you have?
I just had the one beer,
Yeah.
but I did drink. So Friday, after work, we went and got. Well, my wife's pregnant. She didn't, but I got a margarita.
Oh, that's the first time you said that on the air, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're having another baby due January 6th, I think, 7th.
So you may have to wait for our game of the year for 2020.
That's true.
Well, actually, we can probably. It's not like we're going to get something for Christmas and be like, "Oh my God, Battlefield 2042 is the best game ever." You know,
yeah,
like,
I think we'll know by then. But Saturday, I was watching something.
Hope it wasn't Texas because that was painful.
No. What was I watching? I was watching something on TV. I don't know. Something, and then they were...
Man of Steel?
Drinking. Nope. Oh, I started watching The League again just because...
What's it on?
Hulu.
I don't have Hulu. I still never saw the last season. And that
I feel
haunts
like
me.
I don't remember much about it. I feel like the last season, maybe the last couple weren't...
I feel like after
great.
season, it was either 3 or 4 that I was like, okay, this is... I still like it, but it's kind of like, meh.
Yeah. But I think they're at like a party. I don't know. Everybody was drinking, and I'm like, I kind of want to drink, so I made a Sazerac, which is the first time in like months. It was good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good. It's good. It's good. All right, Sean, you want to get the news of the week?
Let's do it.
PlayStation Showcase 2021 occurred last week. Freaking finally. Before we get into everything, what were your thoughts overall on the showcase? I will say...
Overall, I thought it was awesome.
I thought it was good to great. not like mind-blowing. But that's probably because I had a couple things in my head that didn't happen.
Yeah, but you did that to yourself.
But I mean, come on, when is the... Okay, we'll get to it. I thought it was great. I don't see how anyone can think like Xbox really has a chance when it comes to the games, the exclusive games this gen. They're banking on Bethesda, $7.5 billion. I will say I would rather have Insomniac at $229 million.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't get into the Bethesda games. The only games I cared about was Doom and Doom Eternal. And if I really care about them, eventually I'll get an Xbox Series something. So they started with this intro video commercial thing, and I was just like, A, how long is this going to go on?
It went very long.
And 2, what the heck? Why is this here? This should have never been part of this. Apparently,
it should be, or like 30 seconds.
Apparently,
and
there was a whole bunch of Easter eggs and stuff that I just missed because I was just like, what the hell is... I think I was answering emails or something while it was happening. I was just like, I don't care about this. This did not need to take up 5 minutes of this 40-minute showcase.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But then they led off with the long-rumored, never actually 100% been leaked, but it's real, and it's not coming to Xbox. At least not yet. KOTOR is getting a full ground-up remake on the PS5. Being someone that has never played KOTOR, but someone who loves Star Wars, most of it, this just blew my mind. Like at first, I didn't know what... I knew it was Star Wars, but I didn't know what we were seeing because I know nothing about the game. And I saw Jared Petty was tweeting the other day. He's like, if you haven't played KOTOR and you care about this game, don't read anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's been spoiled long ago for me. I'm guessing you know.
I just remembered it.
Oh, sorry. It's kind of up there with like...
it's the
BioShock. It's like BioShock, where it's a good game regardless, but I feel like if you don't know the twist, it's a lot better.
The best Bethesda games are PS5 launch exclusives. Nailed it.
But yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm glad it's a remake. If it was a remaster, I'd be like,
yeah.
Like, I know people love the game. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm like,
well, Chris Raygun...
I feel like this and I mean, they're doing it, but like,
the Demon
this
Souls
game needed a lot more than just a remaster. So I'm glad it is a remake.
Yeah, Chris Raygun was talking a month ago or so. He just randomly wanted to go back and try to play it on Xbox. And he was like, I can't hardly play this game. And like when we were talking to Colin, he was like, it's hard to play Metal Gear Solid 2 now. He has said in subsequent
Podquests,
that it's because he was trying to play it on the Vita that was the big problem, which is so weird because I've heard so many people that say that MGS2 and 3 on the Vita are better than on the 2 or the 3 just because of the touchscreen, whatever. I don't know. But it's just hard to go back and play these games, and this is one of those. The fact, that this is getting like the Demon Souls treatment, and I feel like this is going to be even more of a remake than Demon Souls was. Demon Souls was just making
Demon Souls was really more of a remaster. It was like
with quality of life.
I guess it was a remake, but not a...
It wasn't
Resident Evil. It's not a remake like Final Fantasy VII or RE2
or 3, yeah.
That's more of like a reimagining or something. I don't know. But yeah, and so I don't know, is this going to be more like Demon Souls? Is it going to be more like Final Fantasy VII? I don't know. But either way, I can't wait.
It is a timed console launch exclusive, so you got to assume that's like a year, I would guess, that'll be on PS5. Again, this was an Xbox exclusive when it came out first, KOTOR and KOTOR 2. It's never been, well, I don't know if I should say that. I don't think it's ever even been on PlayStation. I think it was exclusive hard stop to Xbox.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
But PlayStation will be publishing it, which is also weird because I don't know about the timed console exclusive thing, but they're publishing it and they're collaborating with Aspyr on the development of the game. It is a full ground-up remake. Many of the devs on the game are former BioWare devs from the original game. That gives me hope that now they can be like, okay, this is what we actually wanted to do, but we couldn't back in 2002.
Is it that old?
I think so. Maybe 3 or 4, but it's almost 20 years old.
Yeah.
Do we get a KOTOR 2 remake? And do we ever get KOTOR 3? Are the two questions that I have. Now, I
think
think people like
how
KOTOR
this
1
game
better.
sells.
Yeah.
It may kind of get the RE treatment where if this does very well,
They just say, go.
we may go. I think we may get KOTOR 3 before a 2 remake. And I feel like I never really hear much about 2.
No,
like,
I think 1 is more beloved, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah. So I think it's going to depend on how well this sells.
Leading off the trailer or the showcase with this trailer was just like, again, I've heard everybody said it's coming. I think it was Schreier that might have first reported that it was coming from Aspire. But I never thought it was going to be a real thing.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. Great way to kick off the show. Next up, they had a trailer for Project Eve, which I don't think we've seen this before, but I don't know. It was like K-pop meets Bayonetta is the way I think of it. Did this do anything for you?
Not particular. It just looks very generic. I don't know. Like maybe not generic. That's not.
It looks like a Platinum game.
Yeah, it's just there's nothing about it that jumps out at me. I don't know.
But yeah, the only thing I wrote down here is my notes about this trailer was that it looks like Bayonetta. Because at first I thought it was Bayonetta. I was like, oh my god, is 3 no longer a Switch exclusive? But no, it's Project Eve. Who knows if that's the real name of the game? But yeah. Then we got a trailer again for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and we got a date of March 25th, 2022. This stupid year, I don't care anything about this game. I've never played Borderlands, never appealed to me. I don't care about that. I just don't care. So I don't care about this. And I wonder if people that do care about Borderlands care about this game. But my God, next year, it's just like everything that should have come out this year is coming out next year. And especially the first half of the year. Oh, my God.
It's going to be insane.
Speaking of which, we got a new trailer for Forspoken out spring 2022. It was announced that Gary Whitta and Amy Hennig are writing the game. That makes me very happy. The guy I didn't write... Oh, Bear McCreary. That's his name. Bear McCreary, who was the composer or something for God of War 2018, is doing the music for this game. That seems like a good thing, too. Cool. It takes place in New York City in present day, and then you go to Athia when you go through like wormholes and stuff. Again, this game was originally given the false title of Project Athia. And it's out spring 2022. Also, there was a really cute cat in the trailer. I don't know, because it's tough for me with new IP. If something's a new IP, it's really got to grab me for me to be like, let's go. Something like The Last of Us or Horizon, Yeah. But this, now that we've seen the gameplay and everything, the narration and stuff was dumb. It reminded me of some of the things that annoyed me about Horizon Zero Dawn. It's like, oh, I'm going to sleek through the grass. I think I should grab this branch. There's an animal over there. I could probably use their bones to craft me some items. And this was like, oh my gosh, did I just do that? It was just weird and off-putting, but the actual gameplay looked really cool. But what do you think now that we've gotten a deeper dive on Forspoken?
I'm actually pretty excited about this. I like the idea. I'm sure it's been done maybe in different form. Like, I mean, you could go as far back as like Kid Chameleon. But I mean, obviously games weren't as immersive back then. But like, I like the idea of like, you're just this normal person and we still don't really know what is going on, but like that gets sucked into this like video game world. I don't know.
Dragons
it's just
and crap.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be good. Back when it was just Project Athia, I'm like, is this just
and
Final
people thought
Fantasy
it was
15 2? Like, what is happening? I'm looking forward to it, but I don't know. I got a lot of other stuff going on spring 2022 or just 2022 in general. So we'll see. 2022.
But I do think so. It'll be fun at the end of this year before we do our Game of the Year episode to do an episode where we just look ahead at 2022 because Will everything hit the dates they have out there? Probably not. But my God, there's 2022. If everything hits, is shaping up to possibly be, again, like I said, keep your hype levels in check, like with the Matrix. 22 is shaping up to potentially be one of the best years ever in video games, especially if a game we're going to talk about later actually does come out next year, along with another game that's coming out in February. Like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? If both of those hit for Sony,
Yeah. It's going to be zoppity.
zippity zappity. Show me the boppity. Bo body. Bo body. What does it mean? I don't know. No, you tell me. What is bo body?
I like it.
Forspoken, KOTOR was an exclusive to Xbox and PC, but it's playable on Android and iOS. John, I did not know that. That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Forspoken's tone was weird. Gameplay looked awesome. John, that's how I feel about it too.
Yeah.
It was just weird. The narration and stuff was just odd, but the gameplay looked awesome. Next up, we got a trailer for Rainbow Six Extraction. And to me, I wrote down here, it looks like the worst parts of Resident Evil. It just looked like the molded were just everywhere in there. Like, Rainbow Six isn't for me, period. But a Tom Clancy's game with zombie molded people, alien things, is just like, this is definitely not for me.
I just hate, why do we have to put zombies into everything? Like, I don't even like it, but like Call of Duty zombies. Now you've got Rainbow Six with zombies. You've got, sorry, but like Metal Gear Survive. Like,
oh, don't be sorry. F that game.
Why do we, I'm sorry to bring it up.
Okay.
But like, why do we, I'm so sick of zombies. And I blame
Walking Dead.
Yeah. It's not like Resident Evil.
I never
like,
want to watch that show just because of that.
Yeah, I'm so sick of zombies. I loved Rainbow Six. Way, like literally Rainbow Six. The first one. Loved it. I couldn't care less about this game.
Yeah. I mean, if I don't care about regular Rainbow Six, I'm definitely not going to care about Extraction. Next up, this was already announced, but they gave a date. Alan Wake Remastered. So this is another game that was exclusive to Xbox originally. Alan Wake Remastered is coming out October 5th on PS4, PS5, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and PC. It will include an improved and updated model for Alan, last name Wake, updated cinematics and next-gen upgrades, but they didn't go into any details about that yet. It will include all DLC. It will also have a director commentary and 4K visuals on the current-gen machines. I got to stop saying next-gen. Current-gen machines.
Correct.
Also, it is rumored that a sequel is in development, and I think that makes 100% sense. I think that's why this game is happening, is to be like, Alan Wake is kind of like a cult classic, I guess I would call it. So do people still love it and want more of it? And again, Control takes place in the Alan Wake universe. That's confirmed. So that's another reason to kind of go do Alan Wake 2. Yeah. I still got to go back and try that. I've heard a lot of good things about this. I've just never played it. What's your interest level in Alan Wake Remastered?
I don't really know much about it. I thought it was just, and maybe it is, but is this game basically just like a cinematic? Is it like Heavy Rain? Is it that kind of thing where it's just like you're playing a story, which I know video games are in general, but like it just seems like you're
like Detroit Become Human and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't really interest me. I don't think it looks, I get that it's a remaster of an old game, but like it doesn't look that
good. Remastered.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
This is one of those that I think I'm definitely interested to try it.
If it was a PS Plus game, I'd probably check it out.
Exactly, right.
Like, but I'm curious, but I'm not about to spend money on it.
But if they do announce Alan Wake 2 is happening, then I'd be like, oh, okay. And it's only $30, I think. So it's not like it's a full $60 or $70 game. So that's good. But if they do officially say a month after this comes out, Alan Wake 2 is happening, I'd be like, I'd probably check it out when I get bored.
Right.
Next up, one of the things I got right in my quick little, we didn't even do predictions, but we just talked about what do we think was going to be there. GTA 5 finally got a next-gen trailer, but now it's coming out in March. along with GTA Online. It was previously announced to be coming out November 11th. They did mention seamless character switching. So if you remember, if you play GTA 5, on PS3 it took forever. PS4 was a little bit better, but like you'd hit your D-pad and you'd switch from Franklin to Trevor or whatever and go boom, boom, boom. And then you just hang up above the clouds for like a minute, then it'd go boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But now it seems like it's going to go brr, brr.
Yeah.
I would
That's
hope.
huge. I mean, I assume. That's one of the main reasons, like, compared to a lot of people, I probably haven't put that much time into GTA 5, but, like...
Single player.
Yeah, I mean, 90% of my time is... 95% of my time has probably been online, but, like... It takes, like, 5 minutes to get into the game. And I feel like if I could just pick it up and be in, I would have played it even more than I did. There were so many times when I'm like, I kind of want to play GTA 5, but I'm like, I want to play it now. I don't want to play it 5 minutes from now. Like, just the stupid, oh my God, the loading screens just take forever. So I'm excited for this. I may get, but again,
there's enough. Right. It's horrible timing.
Yeah.
They did also mention enhanced gameplay and enhanced visuals. I will say, watching this, apparently people that are big GTA fans are freaking out online because it just looks like, what? It's just the PC game.
Yeah, it didn't really look that much better than 4. But I don't know. I've never played. I mean, it's beautiful.
Then on the PS4
already.
Is what you meant. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Especially if I only play online. So I'm not paying any money. It's like, well, now, I mean, I guess I could play 4. I could play 5. I could play the PS4 version of GTA 5 on my PS5 right now if I wanted to. So, like, if it's free, I don't know. I'm just like, it's not a game I play because of the graphics, I guess. Like, it's just, it's fun. So
I do wonder, I wonder now if the free... like the $1 million every month if you're on PS4 that'll
they
go
always
until March.
Say I don't think they say through November. I think they say through
when GTA launches.
The remaster
GTA Online.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have so much money in this game when I finally actually go back and play it. Did you get yours this month yet?
I haven't for this month. No.
I've got a reminder on the first of every month to just go to PSN and download it. But and they did not announce the highly rumored GTA trilogy, so I assume they're just putting all their money into this. If we get this trilogy, it's probably going to be November next year, and then they'll finally start working on GTA 6.
Yeah.
So I don't know. When it just depends. In February, I've got Horizon. March, maybe I will just say, what the heck? Because again, we got to look at I just got to look at the calendar. I can't keep all this straight in my head. I just know Elden Ring is January, Horizon is February, and then there's a bunch of other games coming out next year.
Yeah.
Next up, we got a trailer for Ghostwire Tokyo. And I wrote here that this game looks freaking insane. I don't even know. It almost doesn't look that horror-ish because it's kind of just like ridiculous. Like people with no heads and stuff are coming. It's like...
Yeah, I have no idea what this game is.
It's like you're a superhero in Japan fighting spirits or something, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It looks cool, but I don't know. I'm not sold on it yet. I don't know.
Oh, Alan Wake is a third-person shooter horror game. I guess it's more of a thriller. I don't remember being scared. From John. Okay, that makes me more interested. That makes me more interested.
Okay.
I thought it was more Heavy Rain, just like investigative stuff.
Right.
Ghostwire Tokyo looks really cool. I don't know if it's for me. I can't remember what the date is. I didn't write it down.
I have no idea. Did they give a date?
I can't remember it, but I can't remember if we already have a date or not. We already have it, George? I don't know. Then we got another trailer for a game that I had completely forgot about is coming out, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy. It's coming out in October. The only thing I wrote down from this trailer is that they showed Cosmo, the talking Russian superhero dog, and that was like, aw. But I'm kind of like, I don't know. Square, you effed up Avengers.
Yeah, I just see Avengers.
I know it's a different developer. Square's just publishing it, but I don't know.
It just screams Avengers to me. I'm like, these are not my Guardians.
We already have
that's not Batista. Yeah, like I don't think I care at all about this.
It's weird because the first time it was revealed and we got the trailer, I was like, this kind of does look cool and fun. But now I'm like, I don't think I'm going to spend $60 or $70 on this.
Nope.
Next up, we got a trailer for Blood Hunt, and I wrote, meh, it's out this year. It's a free-to-play vampire battle royale game.
Of course. We
got another trailer for Deathloop. Again, I'm sick of hearing about this game. This is one of those. Now, I will say I was sick of hearing about Spider-Man before it came out because I felt like they spoiled everything about that game. We had so many trailers, and then I played the game, and it was amazing. Number 2 game that year. But this, I'm just like, I'm not good at first-person shooters. This isn't for me, and I'm just kind of sick of hearing about it. I just want it to come out this week and just move on.
Yeah.
Then, randomly, there's a Radiohead game coming out called Kid A Amnesia Exhibition. And no one knows what the hell this is. I guess their last album was Kid A, I think, or Kid A Amnesia.
I think it was Kid A Amnesia. I think I heard it on like Sirius recently. So I'm like, oh, I've heard of that. So it's like I don't know. Like they made an album, but then they're like, here's a game to go with. I have no idea.
It seems like something Kojima would do.
Yes.
Like they would collaborate with him or something, but nobody knows what this is, so I'm just going to move on. Then we got a new game was announced that seemed completely out of place here, and I don't know how to say it, but Tchia, TCHIA. It's like a walking sim with animals that you can soul jump into. And I feel like this is when I was just like, after Radiohead and this, I was just like, what the hell is happening? You know?
Yeah, they kind of lost me with this. I don't care.
And it was a long trailer, too.
It went on for a while. It just looks like Switch. I don't know. It doesn't look like a PlayStation game to me. I don't think I care. It's another one that, like, if it's PS Plus, like, maybe I'll see what it is, but it's nothing I'm going to spend money on.
No. And I feel like they kind of did them a disservice putting them in here, but it is what it is. Marvel's Avengers is fun to play at least. Well, John, I will take your word for it. I played the beta and I couldn't stand it. Again, it was just the beta, but yeah. Then we get into the heavy hitters. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves was announced, which will bring Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy remastered to PS5 and PC. The game is coming out early 22 for PS5 and a little bit later on for PC. This is something a lot of people always bring up, is that like the Uncharted the Nathan Drake collection with the 3 PS3 games, bringing them to PS4, they all run at 60 frames per second. Uncharted 4 on PS4 is 30 frames, and sometimes it chugs to even get to that. So it's weird. So I don't know what this is actually going to cost. I assume, knowing Sony, I know, knowing Sony, this is not going to get, I own both of these games. I ain't getting free upgrades.
No.
There's no way.
No chance.
But like we've been hearing for a while that Uncharted was going to come to PC. It is weird that they're just like, yeah, you don't need 1, 2, and 3. Here's 4. Forget all that story that 4 plays so much off of. You got Uncharted 4 for free as part of the PS Plus collection. Any interest in this or in Lost Legacy?
No. I mean, no more than I did before, which wasn't much. I mean, I started 4, and then something else came out, and I got pulled away from it. Lost Legacy, I don't think I don't think I care about it at all.
I kind of like Lost Legacy just because it was like a 6-hour game. I was like, this is good. Uncharted 4, as much as I love it, it's easily my favorite Uncharted game. But being like 14, 15 hours long,
yeah, I'm like,
and all the driving
I'll
and
probably
stuff.
Go back to at some point and finish. I don't remember where I left off. I remember some stuff I did, but I don't remember what order.
I think you only got to like chapter 4 or something.
Yeah, I certainly wasn't very far.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know.
John says, Tchia, the Stadia community was sad that Epic and Sony stole that game. Oh, so I guess it's also coming out to the Epic Game Store.
Yeah.
Next up, they blew everybody's minds, and I knew it as soon as I saw it. You see a guy sitting in a bar. Your back's to him. He's got like a flannel shirt on. I think he had like a cowboy hat or something, kind of. You didn't see his hair because they didn't want you to see his hair.
Hat, yeah.
And then you get up there, some drunk guy's coming up and he's about to punch him, and I'm like, oh my God. And then they just zoom down.
His hand, I'm like,
they focus on his bloody hands. I was like, no freaking way. And then, I was like, and then it just says Marvel's Wolverine. Insomniac is making a Wolverine game. Apparently, this is something they have wanted to do for a very long time. It's very early in development. But it will have a emotional narrative with cutting edge gameplay. Brian Horton is the creative director, and Cameron Christian is the game director. No date, no year, no nothing. Based on something we'll talk about here in a little bit, my guess is that this is actually 2025.
I would say 24, but
at the earliest, for sure. Knowing nothing about this,
and it'll probably still come out on PS4.
No, stop it. They've said it is a PS5 exclusive. Clearly, Marvel/Disney loves Insomniac.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing nothing about this game, how high is your hype level? Because I know I told people to keep their hype levels in check. I am a 10 out of 10.
It's very, very high. Knowing nothing about it, but just knowing Insomniac and knowing Wolverine. I mean, you can't screw that up.
I hope.
Somebody could screw that up. Insomniac will not screw it up. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm trying to picture. It's not going to be open world. I don't think it can. It just doesn't. The closest thing I can think of is like
Ratchet.
Well, I was going to say like Last of Us, where it's like,
oh yeah,
small open world,
like open linear,
then you move into
linear,
this small open world, and then you move. Like I think it's gonna
or kind of
be like that. Even God of War, you could like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know. God, I don't know what to expect, but sign me up. I can't wait.
I can't freaking wait. It's when I saw this, I was just like, "There's no way." But then I got nervous, and then a couple announcements later, I was no longer nervous. But
yeah. My
hype levels off the chain. I cannot freaking wait. Everything they've done with Spider-Man and Miles, they've got me. I'm good. Gran Turismo 7 got a date. It's out March 4th. I think that's perfect. A few weeks after Horizon comes out. Like I don't think they need to space this out like 6 months after Horizon. Nobody that cares about Horizon cares. Yeah, the Venn diagram there doesn't have hardly any overlap. And then we got to the last two announcements. That is Spider-Man 2 was shown coming out 2023 only on PS5. And at first I will say, I don't remember if it said Insomniac at the beginning or not, but when the trailer started and you see the electricity hitting the light posts and stuff, I was like, oh my God, they're doing Infamous.
Yep.
Now, I don't remember I can't remember if Insomniac was shown or not, but either way, Sony owns the IP. They can have anybody make an Infamous game. But seeing that, I was like, okay. And what the hell was the electricity for? Is Electro in this too?
I mean, Miles.
Oh, yeah, it's just Miles. Never mind. I'm an idiot. All right.
Yeah.
Brian Intihar is the creative director. Ryan Smith is the game director. Miles and Peter were both featured in the trailer, and they will both be playable, but it is being described as a single-player adventure. Do you believe that?
Yeah. I do.
I just don't know how they do it without doing co-op, unless you're just doing separate missions, like you go back and forth.
I think it's going to be like
GTA.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what
and then you just team up with an AI. Because they showed them both
going
fighting
to fight
people.
Yeah. I don't know. But I think it should be single player. I don't know.
I think it should too.
I just feel like that can get real crazy real quick if you're like as much like as crazy as that, like
whipping and thwapping.
I don't know. I think it's single player.
And also, like Gotham Knights. I'm excited for Gotham Knights coming out next year. But they said you can play that, even though there's 4 characters, you can play single player or co-op. Yeah. So I would assume it would be kind of the same thing here, but we'll see. And then they showed freaking Venom, which is what we were all hoping to see if you've played the original Spider-Man PS4 game. He's being played by Tony Todd, famous for being Candyman. Could you make Venom any scarier? Apparently you can. Holy crap. Also, Tony Todd gave a quick interview somewhere where he said that the game is massive, and that's why it's not coming out until 2023. It was announced today, as we're recording this, that the trailer was running in real time on PS5 hardware, and I wrote down, holy crap, Insomniac. How? I know. How they put out Miles in November, Ratchet in May. This is coming out in 2023. Oh, also, we're doing Wolverine. And by the way, we're probably making another Ratchet game as well. Insomniac is now, I don't know if they're the best, but they're the most important studio that Sony has. And again, they bought them for $229 million. Xbox paid $7.5 billion for Bethesda and ZeniMax Media.
Yeah.
Is there any chance also after the other announcement, are they going to do a freaking PlayStation MCU or something? Like, you can't get X-Men with MCU. I know it's going to happen eventually, but the hell with it. It's fine. I'll do it myself, you know?
That would be, oh my God, that would be something.
What's your hype level for Spider-Man 2?
Also very high. I'm curious. I mean, I don't think, like, I love Venom, but I don't know. I think clearly we're going to get Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's not going to just be Venom.
Right.
Now, I don't know if they're going to do like a curveball like they tried to do whatever with the first one. I'm curious to see the voiceover guy. Everybody on Twitter is saying that's Craven. That I had to look up. I don't even know who that is. I don't know. I'm not like a huge Spider-Man guy, but like I feel like it seems like a weird guy to.
People love Craven.
No, I get that, but like I've never heard of him, and maybe that's
really.
I mean, I've heard the name, but I don't know anything about.
Well, I mean, him. I know he's like, I got a cool vest and it's got frills on it.
I don't know. It's just, to me, it's when I think of Spider-Man, I think of Venom and I think of Sinister Six,
which we already did.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, but either way, it's going to be awesome. I'm wondering, will Peter die? Do they fully hand it off at this point?
Do they go Spider-Verse?
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder.
I am so hyped. I can't wait. Even though I thought Miles was it was fine. It was more of like a stopgap with a decent story, great ending, clear twist. You could see a mile away what was going to happen there.
You'd see
Fun
miles
gameplay.
away.
You could see miles away. That was funny. All right. And then they ended the show with finally naming God of War Ragnarok. And I like that the trailer, like you see Kratos just there, like sharpening his blade or whatever. It's like, feels like how the first game, how the first trailer for the first game start. You know, the fourth game, but you know what I mean. The boy is back. Atreus is back. He's clearly a little bit older. You can ride a freaking dog sled. Are you kidding me? We see Tyr, who is the Norse god of war. By the way, they came out and said that he is 8'5", so he is shorter than Lady Dimitrescu. Is everybody over her yet? I don't know.
I think so.
We do see on Kratos' back the Blades of Olympus.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'll say. I do wonder if you get any other weapons or if those are your two weapons for the game. Kratos doesn't have much more room there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else you'd get, like a sword.
It was picture Kratos fighting with a sword.
It was easy to do other weapons in the original God of War games because you couldn't see, like, it wasn't like, it was just like, it was just Kratos, and then he'd go, and he's got like a spear or a big old mallet thing or whatever. Yeah. Freya looks like a complete badass and looks terrifying. Thor shows up, and I will say, I wrote here, he does look kind of weird, but I think it's a better idea to do this kind of a Thor than to just have not Chris Hemsworth.
I didn't like it at first, but it would not have fit the aesthetic.
If he was just like...
If he was like, yeah, like
handsome,
blonde
just,
bombshell,
yeah.
like, I like it. And it's kind of like Baldur was not very intimidating to look at. And
but
not to say that Thor's not, but like he was awesome.
Yeah.
I've completely come around on it.
Yeah.
At first, I'm like,
What?
that's Thor? Like,
Yeah.
what? But, like, I dig it. And I looked into, like, I started Googling, and it was tough to not just find Chris Hemsworth and comic book pictures. But I'm like, in true Norse mythology, like, what does Thor look like? And he looks somewhere in between. Like, he doesn't look like this, but he doesn't look like Chris Hemsworth. He's just, like, he looks like Kratos. Like
he's like
just
Fat Thor.
Big and
he's Fat Thor
it's
from Endgame.
pretty much, but I don't know. I like it.
That was in my tooth. That was gross. It does take place years after God of War 2018. A key plot point in the story will be Atreus' true heritage. So I was trying to think back, and I'm going to play through this again for the third time, but so he doesn't know who he, and I'm not going to spoil it here, but he doesn't know who he is. How do we find out who he is? Is it just Kratos looking at that
But he
wall
knows
or something?
he's Loki.
Yeah, okay, we're going to spoil it. He does?
He says it in the trailer.
He did?
Yeah. Unless maybe he wasn't talking about him. Maybe he was talking about Loki, but like
That's
not
what I
as himself.
Yeah, that's how I thought of it.
Maybe. I feel like I'm gonna have to go back and
I mean, I'm going to play it again, but
watch it. Well, I kind of just want to watch the trailer again, but yeah, when they got to that point, I'm like, wait, so he knows? So okay, yeah, maybe I misinterpreted it, but
it was confirmed that Thor and Freya are the two main antagonists. I don't know why I wrote down my thoughts.
my thoughts are as follows.
I think I meant that just overall, but I think that makes sense. I think if you played and again, we didn't see Thor in the first game. We got a glimpse in a post-credit scene, but we never saw him.
Yeah.
There will be new runes and abilities. This shocked me. This will close out the Norse saga. All 9 realms will be featured, unlike the first game where you only got to go to 6 of them. I'm shocked it's not a trilogy. That is really surprising to me.
But I also just don't think Norse mythology. I mean, it's probably just as deep, but I feel like. I mean, I guess you could.
Oh, that's what my thoughts
Thor.
was. That's what my thoughts was.
I feel like once you do Thor, what else do you do? I mean,
Odin?
Odin, I guess.
Right, but
like,
that's why I said my thoughts. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Like, do we just fight Odin? Like, is Thor not actually the big bad, and it's Odin?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe Thor isn't the big bad, and do you end up getting to wield Mjolnir? Because that could be a new weapon.
Oh my God! Obviously,
so that could happen.
I think it would probably just be like for the last fight or something.
Yeah.
Is Kratos worthy? He
kills Thor.
He done a lot of bad things though in his life. Yeah. In a PS blog post after it was the trailer was revealed, it does mention a 2022 release date. After how much we saw of this game, I do think it comes out next year, and I think they finally break the mold of like springtime, and it is their November, September game, something like that.
I hope so.
It will be one shot again, like the first game. You will have more expressiveness with Kratos' gear. That kind of worries me. Like, I don't care.
Yeah,
just give me power-ups. I don't care what he looks like.
Yeah.
There will be more verticality in combat. I don't think that means he's going to have a jump button this time. I just think maybe you go back to some of the stuff from the earlier God of War games where you're boom, 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 boom. I don't know. Cory Barlog is not directing this.
Yeah.
Eric Williams is. Instead, he's a longtime combat and systems designer on the God of War franchise. Just to remind everybody, though, God of War, Cory Barlog, him directing God of War 2 and God of War 2018, he's the only director to direct 2 games. David Jaffe was 1. He was 2. Stig Asmussen was 3. I can't remember who did Ascension because it wasn't very good. And then he came back for 2018. And now Eric Williams is doing it. But I feel like he's worked on all these games. Does this worry you?
I don't think so. I mean, Sony doesn't really swing and miss very often.
Yeah.
God of War is very much established. Like, the blueprint is there. I don't think... I'm not saying anybody could direct it, but, like, I think it's going to be fine.
The other thing with them closing out the Norse saga, I think what they're saying is, this isn't the end of God of War. This is the end of this God of War story.
Yeah.
I think this is now Kratos is basically a mascot. However, do we think, going back to your Peter Parker question, do they kill Kratos? Do they finally actually kill him after they faked us out in 3?
I don't think so. I feel like killing Joel, spoiler alert, is one thing. I don't think you can kill off Kratos.
Joel was in 1 game. Kratos has been in like 7 or 8, whatever it's been.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He is iconic.
I would be very upset.
I would be pissed.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd be more pissed than the other thing. Yeah, you already said it.
I mean,
Joel. But that was more, not that they killed him. It was the whole bait and switch thing. And we don't need to get into that because I'm just going to get really pissed off again. But yeah. What did you think about the actual trailer and everything? Some people are like, oh, look, he's got the same animation when he jumps into the ship.
Can we stop giving... We've talked about this before.
You amplify these idiots.
Just ignore them.
Right.
It's just some nobody on Twitter who had a bad, very stupid take. Just shut up and move on from it. Like, why do we feel the need? Oh, God. That sometimes I just get so sick of Twitter.
I know.
It's just
I can't delete it, but sometimes I'm just like, I can't deal with this.
God, like, who cares? Yeah, this guy's an idiot. Stop giving him attention.
The only thing I will say, and I thought this before I saw his tweet, it's not that I was let down by the trailer, because it's my 3rd favorite game of all time. I'm so hyped for this. But I am like, okay, I wanted more God of War, and we're getting more God of War. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, the combat looks very similar. The combat was awesome. Like, everything.
It's one of your favorite games of all time.
Yes. So just more
don't
of that
change
is
it.
fine.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure they're going to do the story in an awesome fashion.
I mean, Horizon 2 is just going to be more of Horizon 0.
Something about it, like, Horizon looks like more of a different game. I don't know if it's the underwater stuff, the climbing, and the better melee combat. Like, but again, we haven't heard anything about God of War's systems yet. All we saw was 1 trailer. Finally, by the way, the game's supposed to come out this year. Okay. So maybe that's why, like, but Horizon looks like different. Like, still Horizon, but more. Like, the environments are different. It's more tropical. The combat's different. I don't know.
But we already have a George.
We have a George. But I'm like, this is still... I don't think Breath of Wild 2 is coming out next year. This is still... If this game actually comes out next year, this is my most anticipated game. More than Horizon, more than Alter Bridge. What's it called? Elden Ring. But yeah, I'm very excited. But there was something that was just not off about it, but it was just like, yeah, okay. I don't know what it was. But by the time I play it, hopefully it ends up being my new number 3 favorite game of all time, or 2 or 1. But I can't see it being number 1.
Right, yeah. It's big shoes to fill.
Your final thoughts?
On God of War?
Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm somewhat optimistic it's coming out next year.
Yeah.
I also don't really want to see a whole lot more of it. Or, I mean...
We don't need to, is what I would say.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll see plenty over the next year or so, but, like, I don't need to. I'm not going to be able to look away. I'm not going to be able to, like, not watch whenever they show it, but I kind of just don't really...
I don't want them to spoil too much. Like, I would rather from now on out, like, we saw so many characters and so many things in that 6-7 minute trailer, whatever it was. I think we've got enough of, like, a baseline of the story that from now on, just, like, talk about the systems and the combat and whatever, and how now what you can do with the trace and what your new runes are and your new abilities. Talk about that. Don't give me anything more on the story. I'm good. Yeah. Can't wait. I'm good.
Yep.
So as good as I thought that this conference was, it was so weird that we didn't get factions. This Factions was originally supposed to launch with The Last of Us Part 2. Now, this isn't a game I really care about because I never played Factions on Last of Us 1. Sounds like a bomb is rolling down the hallway.
It's a pumpkin bomb. Is it a kid or an animal? What is happening?
It's Bella.
Is it? Is she up here?
I clearly she must be. She's rolling a ball, a freaking Norman Osborn bomb at us. So yeah, it was so weird that we didn't get Naughty Dog other than the Uncharted collection. I don't even know if Naughty Dog's doing it. Iron Galaxy, I think it is porting it to PC. I don't think they said who's porting it to PS5. We didn't get Factions. I'm starting now to doubt this whole Blue Point thing. But I'm still like, it doesn't make any... how do you make that image and show and put Demon Souls in it and say, welcome to the family, Blue Point?
Yeah, it's happening.
What the hell are they waiting for? You don't have to show Metal Gear or Silent Hill or Castlevania or whatever the hell they're working on. You just had to have like a 30-second thing where Herman Hull says, yesterday we welcomed Firesprite Games to the family, and now we've got a new addition to announce. And here they are. And it's just a quick snippets of Demon Souls, and it goes, Blue Point, welcome to the family.
Yeah. I mean...
What the hell is going on? I don't get it.
It seems odd for sure, but there's... I think it's like a 95% chance that it is happening. If it hasn't... I mean, I don't think it could have really happened in secret. I mean, it would have gotten out, but I think it is happening.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It's just so weird that they weren't there, especially when they announced the next item on the news list that PlayStation has acquired Firesprite Games. I will say this. Horrible name. Horrible name. Firesprite. I don't know. This comes from the PS blog. After a number of years closely... Overall... Let's hold up. I got off that too fast. Awesome show.
Oh, yeah.
Glad they're here. Obviously, they don't need E3. E3 needs them way more than they need E3.
Yeah.
Good on Sony. Anything else?
No.
Okay. After a number of years closely collaborating on several games together, including the Playroom on PS4 and the Playroom VR on PSVR, I couldn't be more delighted to welcome Firesprite to the PlayStation Studios family as our 14th studio. I thought they said it was the 15th. That's weird. Quite a few members of maybe they're not counting Nix's. Quite a few members of Firesprite come from SIE's Studio Liverpool, and we're thrilled to welcome them back. That is a super weird thing to say, but we'll get to that here in a second. Firesprite is a creative and ambitious studio that is exceptional at building incredible experiences that truly showcase the potential of our hardware. The team's technical and creative capabilities will be paramount to growing our stellar catalog of exclusive games, and I think you'll be excited for what's to come. Welcome to PlayStation Studios, Firesprite. So Firesprite Studios... or Firesprite Games, I should say. Again, they were the developers on the Playroom. Also, Persistence, which I think was a VR game. The studio has been set up by former...
56-yard touchdown to Cooper Cup.
Okay, then I'm good.
Yeah.
Studio was set up by former SIE Studio Liverpool members after Sony shut it down. So that's weird when he's like, oh, it's cool to have these people come back into the family. Like, Herman Hulst wasn't the head of SIE then, but you basically fired them. They made their own studio, and now you're like, like it's just so. Yeah. I'm glad they're back, but it's just so weird how that all went down. But the AAA adventure game that they're working on is being described as a quote ambitious dark narrative blockbuster. Also, they're apparently working on a game-changing multiplayer shooter. They have also been on a recent hiring spree, adding talent from Naughty Dog, Rockstar, Ubisoft, Rocksteady, and more. Those are some big names there. And speaking of big, they are bigger than Media Molecule and London Studio combined, with around 250 employees. So while this isn't like the big bang of saying Blue Point is part of the family, this is a freaking huge studio.
Yeah.
And I got to think AAA adventure game, blah, 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 blah. Multiplayer shooter. Sony doesn't have a George. They don't have a Halo. They had one in Killzone that was going to be the Halo killer. That would never, not in a million years, was Killzone ever going to be a Halo killer. I got to think that's one of the main reasons they got these guys. Also, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, PSVR 2.
Yes.
This is this is them ramping up for PSVR 2, correct?
It's got to be, yeah.
Not as big or flashy announcement as if Blue Point would have finally joined Welcome to the Family. But a big one nonetheless. We'll see what Firesprite brings out over the next few years. And we're just going to put this in the wrap-up. So let's go to the wrap-up, Sean.
Let's do it.
A new Twisted Metal game is apparently in development right now that should coincide with the new TV show. Why are they doing a Twisted Metal TV show? Why?
I have no idea what it's even going to...
How do you do that? It's
Yeah.
just like Robot Wars or whatever those things are, but with people driving trucks in an arena. I don't know how you make a show out of that. I think a new Twisted Metal game coming out is a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand the TV thing at
No.
all. Some previews for Sifu have gone live. Sounds like it is going to be a lot of fun. It is running at 60 frames per second on PS4 and PS5. It will hit 4K on PS5. There is a permadeath mode if you get too old, but I don't think you have to play that way. It's how I understand it. That's another February game, I think. I'm pretty sure that's February.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But I think we both kind of said, wait for it to go on
I'm
sale.
not in
Unless
any-
it's like a 98 on Metacritic. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, sure.
I'm not in any huge rush.
George, and I don't want to say his name wrong, but I'm probably going to. George Mawle, Mawle, the designer, and he's also known as kind of the godfather of the Leviathan axe in God of War, has passed away way too young. And that's super sad, especially with God of War Ragnarok finally being revealed this past week. Sony has announced that they have passed 1 million PS5 sold in Japan, and they did it faster than the PS4 did. Again, no one can get these things, but it's selling better than the PS4 did. Stardew Valley, this makes me happy, even though I don't care at all about this game. I still can't believe you've never played this because you liked Harvest Moon.
I did, but I think I only played Harvest Moon. First of all, I only played the Super Nintendo one, and I only played
But I think
it-
that's the best.
I think so. I also only played it on an emulator,
Okay.
and the emulator that I played it
You
on,
can speed it up.
you can hold like tilde or something, and it's like, and it like goes really fast, so I can just like fast forward through all the, like the waiting and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I liked it, but I don't know that I liked it that much.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever finished my sentence, but Stardew Valley has now sold over 15 million copies. That's awesome. This
Yeah.
started out as a game that one guy made. He's expanded and everything. Hopefully he made the bulk of that money, but awesome for Stardew Valley. Microsoft has announced an update for their last gen controllers that will add dynamic latency and Bluetooth low power mode, which is already present on the Series X and S controllers. So that's cool. So basically, software fee. I feel like they're learning from Sony. I know I'm a fanboy, but not that Sony does this to the PS4 controllers, but you know what I mean. They're adding enhancements to the old controllers that the new ones have, and I think that's good.
Yeah.
Death Stranding has been updated to allow safe transfers from the PS4 to the PS5 in getting ready for the PS5 Director's Cut launch. I'm going to play through it again. I don't know if I'm going to play through all of it. You have after you read that, are you like, yeah,
I'm good.
okay. But it's a
But
cool
see, when you say,
story,
I don't know
right?
if I'm going to play through all of it. It'd be one thing if you could skip the first like 7 hours and then play through it. But I feel like once you've made it that far, you're probably committed.
Yeah, I am.
I think if
pot
you get
committed
that
at that
far,
point.
then yeah, you're gonna play through.
I
the
think
whole
it's
thing.
interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how much you can use the new stuff early on. And I saw they also Kojima Productions was tweeting out you can now make roads in the mountains. Because it used to be like, think of Metal Gear Solid 5. You got to ride your horse around this big freaking mountain to go
Yeah.
you're here and the base is here, but you got to go. Doop, 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 doop. So it seems like now you're going to be able to make roads in the mountains. I don't know, but that and the buddy bot, the jetpack, the freaking launcher. I wonder how much of that is accessible in the beginning to make those. And I wonder if that's why they put them in, to make those first 3 chapters go a
Maybe.
little quicker. But
Yeah.
MechWarrior 5 is coming to PS4 and PS5 this month in a surprise announcement. The first MechWarrior game that will be on PlayStation, not on PS Plus, because I wrote 20 plus, in over 20 years. I think it's actually been 24 years. So that's cool. What was the game we had on 32X? The mech game, the first person.
Mech.
Was it Mech Warrior?
Mech Assault?
See, I think Mech Assault was an Xbox game, but I can't remember.
I don't know. I'm going to look it up.
Look
now.
up 32X mech game. Google Stadia's director for games, Jack Busser, is leaving Google Stadia for Google Cloud. So, again, Stadia is dying. Metalhead, duh. That's right. And last, but also maybe least, Lego Mario 64 question block kit was announced from Lego, which will contain mini Mario 64. I almost said Wario 64. Mini Mario. If you want to get this, you should probably follow Wario 64. Mini Mario 64 worlds, including characters and locations. It will cost $170 and be out October 1st. You can only get it directly from Lego. It will come to other retailers in the future.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, especially because this looks so weird. Like the Lego thing that Casey has is cool because it's like a Mario this big, but this is like Mario this big.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's so like not Lego. It seems weird to me, but we'll see. I will not buy it for my kids, but we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode 252. Thank you all so much for being here for 252 episodes. Until the next time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.